What's up, everybody? This is it. The last quarterback film breakdown of the season, and I tell you what, they saved the best for last. Taylor Heinicke played the best game we've seen from a quarterback all season, and I'm excited to get into it. It's going to be a fun breakdown. Obviously, they didn't win the game, so it can only be so fun, but still, the quarterback play was definitely above what we have been used to all season. As always, these breakdowns are brought to you by Hot Chicken Kitchen in Woodbridge, Virginia. Go there and have their Nashville-style chicken sandwich. It's going to be the best you've ever had. I promise you will not regret it. Hot Chicken Kitchen. Go there. Go there. Go there. Support them. Taylor Heinicke was impressive. His knowledge of the offense was obvious. He operated so well. His accuracy was phenomenal. His mobility was awesome. We just haven't seen that all year. And his performance, and I really hate to say this, but you take a look back at Dwayne Haskins in the 6.5 games he got, and it really just shines an even brighter negative light on that. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Taylor Heinicke. He got the ball down the field. The first play of the game should have been a 79-yard touchdown, okay? I mean, just there were so many completions throwing down the field, looking downfield, hitting that seam and the verticals against cover 3 that we talked about a few weeks ago that we were not seeing. Just awesome, awesome stuff. So here we go. We're going to get into it, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll get into more types of breakdowns, the offense as a whole and sacks, and the defense and some with the offseason as well as some draft stuff. So don't leave. Don't think this is over. We're just getting started. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the video. Share the video. This is going to be fun, and we've got a lot of stuff coming in the future. So let's get into it. Wild Card Week quarterback film breakdown. All right, 2nd and 14. First drop back of the game. We're going to see Gibson motion, and here's what we're getting. Getting vertical routes. Kind of like this. You get a little out and then underneath. Now, this will be remembered as a drop by Cam Sims. That's what it ends up being. So there's a couple things to point out on this play. First of all, it's a drop there. Second of all, truth be told, Cam Sims, you watch him, he's right here. If he never slows down, if he keeps running, you'll see him slow down right about there. If he keeps running, that's probably a drop in the bucket and a touchdown, catch and run. It looks like the Bucs are running. They drop 8. They only rush 3, so there's time. It looks like quarters coverage, but not entirely sure if it's quarters and this guy is out of place, or if it's cover 3 and he's playing one of the middle zones. Either way, it's busted right here, and Heinicke's already gearing up to throw the ball here. Now, the reason Cam Sims slows down, and I'm not making excuses, but this play has been called, or a version of this play has been called a number of times. We saw the comparison between Dwayne Haskins running verts and Taylor Heinicke running verts in the Panthers game. And, we talked about that window being right about here, right? Which, is kind of, but not quite there. But Heinicke, is reading this out deep to short. The crosser. And I would say for 15 out of 16 weeks, or really 16 out of 16 weeks, this ball has gone right here. Right here to the easy throw, the underneath guy. He'll have room to run. That's Antonio Gibson. That's where the ball has gone nearly every time. And so Cam Sims, you see a receiver running downfield about 20, 25 yards. They're looking back. The play's over. They stop running. Right? So he gets to about the, about the 35, 40, and that's when he stops. He's not gotten this ball all year. He's not getting this ball before Taylor Heinicke comes in the game. And so he's running, slowing down because he's expecting the play to be over. That's the way the play has happened all season. Now he needs to, run this route full speed, keep pulling those guys back there. In this case, run past them. But, it's a missed opportunity for sure. It's still a drop by Cam Sims, pointing out why we didn't see that from Cam Sims, because he's not used to getting this throw, and pointing out Taylor Heinicke, who is reading downfield and sticking with it long enough to allow guys to get open. And a lot of what we've seen is come off of this and go here, or not look here and just go straight to this when it's not an option. This was read out perfectly, played perfectly by Heinicke. Should have been a big play. Now 3rd and 14, and you're just going to have a little high-low, this, boom. And these defenders right here are going to get to the proper depth, which is going to force the check down to Terry McLaurin. You'll see it play out. Terry McLaurin underneath on the crosser. And just get it to him. You get 5 yards, and you have to punt the ball away. Heinicke's reading this out to the left right here. Let's go back just a second. He's reading it out to the left, right, and he's seeing him get some depth and him get depth with Logan Thomas. And so that's where the check down to Terry McLaurin happens. Also getting some pressure up the middle there. Maybe a little more time than he thought, but still pressure nonetheless. And get the ball out, punt the ball away. All right, next drive of the game, 1st and 10. This is a 2-man route. All right, you've got a vertical Cam Sims, and you've got an over route, crossing route from Terry McLaurin, deep crosser, and then you just got a check down right here. Bucs cover this play perfectly, nowhere to go. Heinicke has to throw the ball away. Right, you see they drop, what is that, 6 or 7 or so. They've got one who kind of looks like he's spying there. And, it's just covered. Not there, not there, not there. Throws the ball into the dirt. At the last second, almost throws it to Gibson and then sees the player coming down, the defender coming down, throws it in the dirt. So a good decision there to throw it away, just no options. Well defended by the Buccaneers. 3rd and 6. Bucs are going to bring 5 here. Bring a blitz from the edge, right here, coming off the edge, bringing 5. They love to run this bunch, or they love to run a lot of things, run pass option, a lot of things out of the bunch set. Cam Sims wide open. It's 3rd and 6, and you've got Steve Sims running a speed out, and then you've got Cam Sims running a deep out over top of him. And both of these defenders right here are going to crash down on Sims. Again, it's 3rd and 6. Only need 6 yards. They're playing the short route. Boom. Heinicke sees it immediately. The ball is thrown already. At this point, he's already thrown the ball. 36 yards. Just great vision, great execution. And you get 36 yards there. You know, he puts his ball out there. Honestly, if he's able to hit him in stride here just a bit, it's a little bit short. You still get a big play. I think if it's hit a bit more in stride, he's able to run and catch a bit after it. But not going to knock that. 3rd and 6, you get 36. Now on 2nd and 11, this is just unfortunate. It's an interception. Not at the fault of Taylor Heinicke. This is just a boom, just like that, throw that ball out there. And it just gets tipped. Going to get pressure, and the ball's going to get tipped, and of course it's going to end up right in the hands of a Buccaneer. And you can see they bring an A-gap blitz with Minter. He was blitzing all day, blitzing right up the A-gap, or it's really right up this A-gap. And McKissick's going to get a piece of him, but just not enough. Boom. He's able to just barely get the ball. Just, that's just bad luck. There's not really much. You could want McKissick to get a better block there, sure, but even still, for him to get his hands up and get a piece of the ball and for it to land where it did, that's bad luck. Talk about the different gaps. I said A gap. A gap is between the center and the guard. The B gap would be between the guard and the tackle. And then the C would be out on the edge, or if there's a tight end here, that's the C. So we've got A, B, and then C. And so by A gap, I mean he's blitzing up right in here or right in here. So interception, unfortunate play. 1st and 10, you get the ball back. Now we saw a similar concept earlier in this game on 3rd and 14. You got the fly, and then you just got the out here. And then also earlier in the game, we saw an A-gap blitz from Minter, where he came and was able to get a tip on the ball, force an interception. So this time, first of all, a really good play by Heinicke, good mobility. This is why you played him over Alex Smith for this play right there. Alex Smith is in the game. This is a sack, at best a throwaway. He's able to get out of the pocket, got some speed, throw that ball accurately on the run. Good job by Logan Thomas to come back to the ball. Now, Minter, A-gap again. You see him come unblocked. right? Roulier sliding to the right. He's going to come with the A-gap and not really be able to get much. Gets a hand on him, but not enough to affect him. And you see that's because they've got Shaq Barrett over here. They're lined up wide on this side, so they're sliding this way. And then that's where Minter comes in behind that. Boom. Get the pressure, but really good by Heinicke. Get out. Accurate ball on the move. Really good play there. And you get 24 yards, 1st and 10. Get some chunk plays. Now another 1st and 10. And I've talked about in the past, the timing of plays. Taking that drop, hitting the top of your drop, taking a hitch, and delivering the ball. That's it right there. Watch Heinicke. Drop, top, drop, top. He's going to drop and get to the top of his drop, hitch, throw. And he just knows. This is a guy who knows the offense. Terry's running this dig. He's running it over top of these guys, underneath this guy. And Heinicke just knows the offense. He understands what's supposed to happen. He knows that Terry's going to get open. He knows he's read the defense at this point. He understands these guys are going to be kept up by this, that, and then he's getting back. He's a deep third. The deep center fielder, and so the middle of the field is going to be there. And he's throwing it on time. Really good there, man. That's been missing for lots of games this season. Great execution there. All right, 2nd and 8. And again, mobility matters, right? It can make a difference. Again, Alex Smith, this is a sack here. If that's Alex, that's a sack. Instead, you get 10 yards. Another really good play by Heinicke to avoid that. Duck under it, or kind of almost pump the throw. He jumps up. That's Minter again. I'm sorry. Minter again bringing pressure. Another unblocked rush. Great job to get away there. Again, this time, you've got, is that Barrett, I believe, right? And so Moses is going to point him out, right there. All right, see, pointing him out. Then they're going to switch. And it almost seems like Moses never sees that switch and never sees Minter. Because you'll see, unless if they've already called the protection this way, they're anticipating that, and Heinicke knows he's going to have to get it off hot. I mean, they bring 5. But you see, Moses never bothers to block Minter. So that may have been a called slide where that if this guy rushes, he's coming off the edge. So I'm free. So I've got to get the ball out quick. That was either a miss by Moses, but I'm betting not. I'm betting he's not that blind. I'm betting that they know that he's coming free off the edge if he does, because we've got 5 guys over here to account for. So we've already slid the protection one way. So you're going to see that, right? Overload the right side of the line. You've got 1, 2, and then 3. 4 is free, and then 2 on 1. So he wants this quick out to Terry. Doesn't have time to throw it, even if it was open. But a good job. Escape, run up the field. Could have thrown the ball to Logan Thomas, but he decides to keep running. Fine with that. If you got open field, why create another element to the play that could go wrong? Take off and run. 10 yards. Love the way Heinicke is playing. 2nd and 8. Again, bunch. Scott Turner loves that bunch. Going to do a breakdown of all the different things that they do out of this. You got McKissick motion. You don't have anybody trailing him, indicating zone coverage. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Let's watch the play. Again, pressure. The Bucs bring pressure 40% of the time, so you know it's coming. Another 5-man rush, another free rusher, another overload. Oh my goodness, another overload to the right side. I believe that's Winfield Jr. coming free right there. Heinicke does a good job just to be able to get rid of the ball there, not take a sack. Now, here's what we're looking at, right? Here's what Heinicke's looking at. This is another play we've seen called, broke it down, I want to say last week. Speed out and then up. Okay, that's what they want. And then I'm wagering that he'll come back to this if he had time, right? You see right there, he wants right. Really, he's pumping right. Get him to jump, and then right's going upfield. Now he doesn't have time right at that point, the rush is there. You see Wright's gone upfield now. Got a step there. Heinicke is in the grasp of a defender. If he has time, he's going boom. He's going probably, I'm going to guess 1, 2, 3. And then, he can get back and maybe deliver this ball right there. No time. And, it's just another overload where I think this one is a miss, right? He comes in this way and then stunts outside. I don't know if that's by design or if you've got 2 right there on, I believe, Pierre-Paul, and then he's going to come right outside. Morgan Moses back is turned to him. No time. Just avoid the sack. So that's impressive there to avoid the negative play. All right, 3rd and 8, and Todd Bowles is not scared. He's bringing everybody. An all-out blitz is what we would call that. 0 blitz, all-out blitz, no safety, man on man. We say he's not going to have time to get the ball, It's risky because you're leaving those guys on an island, but we're saying we're bringing everybody. We are bringing everybody. Logan Thomas, if he goes out, he's in man coverage. If he stays in, then he's rushing. So there's going to be one free rusher because it's either 7 against 8 or 6 against 7, right? So there's going to be a free rusher somewhere. You have to get the ball out hot. You have to get it out to your hottest route. Your hottest route is either going to be down here or up here. He's got to read it and throw. You don't have time to try to make anything else happen. Watch this throw by Taylor Heinicke out to the sideline. Just phenomenal. Watch him getting hit at the end. Getting hit right as he throws. Falling away from pressure. Perfect accuracy. Really good catch by Steven Sims, too. Just a phenomenal play. You're going to have a bit of a jailbreak. He's coming free. I think that's Sue coming free. McKissick's coming to pick him up. But then you've got him coming free. And so it's just, you have to get the ball out quickly. You do. Phenomenal. Phenomenal throw. That's beautiful. You convert, get 10 yards. 3rd down. All right, 1st and goal at the 9. Now, I'm not sure if this is designed speed out and up or if it's just out, and if he doesn't throw it, go up. It almost looks like Heinicke pumps it, but I also can't tell if he just doesn't want it. It kind of looks like a pump fake, though, right? It kind of looks like he's pump faking, trying to get, again, this guy to jump, and then you're throwing this ball back to the corner of the end zone. So I'm not entirely clear on that, but that's what it looks like. Anyway, it's not there. If it's a speed out, it is there. I don't know if you're scoring, maybe, but it looks like a pump fake. It doesn't look like I want to throw it, but I changed my mind. I think here you could argue he leaves the pocket too soon. He could stay in the pocket and just hit Gibson right there over the middle and get some yards. Gets out of the pocket, scrambles, gets 2 yards. I'm glad he just protected himself there. As the backup quarterback, your primary function is to be available. We saw earlier in the day the Rams backup quarterback take a shot. For the backup quarterback, you've got to protect yourself, especially earlier in the game. Right, into the game, you got to do whatever it takes early on. Make sure you can just stay healthy. So, yeah, it looked like a double move there, but I'm not entirely clear on that. All right, 1st and 10. This looks like an RPO here. And basically, you're going to get the ball in the gut of the running back, decide if you want to hand it off to him, if you want to throw this, or if you want to hit this bubble screen. Bubble screen probably being the least of the options, having to fake here and then flip around and throw it over here. It looks like an RPO. RPO, you're going to have quick routes. You're going to have slant or a little out, something like that, or a bubble screen. You're not going to have this on an RPO. Maybe you'll have something like that, but no deep routes. That's the difference between a play action or a run action fake and an RPO. RPO, he's just deciding right here, do I want to hand it off or do I want to throw it? He says I want to throw it. He probably decides pre-snap is what it looks like, because he knows he's running this and this guy's 10 yards back. So he knows immediately, hey, I'm going right there to Cam Sims. So you don't see the greatest fake or anything or read there because he knows what he wants to do with the ball immediately. But you can see the offensive line, Logan Thomas, they're all run blocking. Good decision, you get 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now, and this looks much more like a play action fake here. where you're faking it. First of all, you get the jet sweep action, and then you're faking it, and you've got longer developing routes, longer developing plays. Boom, fake. A good ball fake there too. Keep that ball in there. Get those linebackers up, and you'll see these guys step up. So let's watch that. Up, 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 and then you've got Terry, and you've even got Cam Sims. He throws to Cam Sims, little back shoulder. Looks like a ball that should have been caught. Looks like it should have been caught. Also, good look at Terry. Right, Terry's there. I think between the two, I like the Terry option better, but he gets the ball out there to Cam Sims. It's low and behind by design. You can't give this guy a chance at it. So it's low and behind by behind. This is probably intentional. It's low and behind on purpose. Terry's probably the easier throw there. So it's an incompletion on what I would chalk up as a drop, essentially, though. Now 3rd and 5. And we are going to motion Steven Sims all the way across the formation. We've got him being followed across the formation. So we know it's man coverage there. You're reading this out left. You're reading the slant and the flat. You're probably reading the flat first. You're going 1, 2. Logan Thomas is running that little pick route for you right there. Right there. They've done a good job not getting called there. Minter does a good job fighting through it. So you're going to Sims at this point. Boom. If you don't see McKissick wide open, then you're throwing the slant to Sims. And Sims doesn't get wide open, but he gets enough separation. Good grab. You get the completion there. You're going to see McKissick wheel up. I'm going to guess that's him just keeping the play going. But you're looking for... this was the first play they ran when Dwayne Haskins... or his first attempt when they ran when he came in against San Francisco when Alex Smith got hurt, was this exact play. 3rd and 5. And it's against man coverage. It's what you want because you're expecting this linebacker to get caught up. Now he's a little closer to the line. He's able to get underneath this. If he's back here, then it's easy completion to J.D. McKissick. He plays up on it. He's probably seen it before. 3rd and 5. He knows what's about to happen. Gets underneath it so it's not there. Get the slant. You get 5 yards and a first down. 2nd and 6. RPO, right? We saw pretty similar. This, you see, he's nearly 10 yards back. Cornerback's nearly 10 yards back. Again, Heinicke knows this is where I'm going with the ball. I can hand it off, but I'm going with this. This is easy. Easy 8 yards they're going to get here. Watch. He's not faking this, right? He's just taking the snap. And usually what he would do here is he would keep this ball in the stomach of Gibson there for a good second, not a full second, a good half second, deciding what he wants to do, and then either hand it off or throw it. But here and if he was faking it, then he would run a full fake. We saw that a couple plays ago too. This is an RPO where he knows pre-snap, I want to go here. Understands the offense, understands the defense, understands the way these things work. Boom. 8 yards on 2nd and 6. 1st and 10. Taylor Heinicke reading this deep out route to Isaiah Wright. Fake. Boom. Drop. And you can see where this ball is placed exactly from this angle. Right there. Got to catch that Isaiah Wright. Well-placed ball. He's reading out the left. Again, pulling this guy back. We're looking to pull this guy back. Get him going over there. So, that's what happens. Right? You see this guy get pulled back. You say, all right, well, I want this. Now, and he throws this with anticipation because when he's throwing it, Wright's not past this defender. But he trusts him to get past him, puts it past him. Good throw. Should be caught. I mean, I would wager he's reading this out 1, really just to read this. So he's really reading 1, 2, and then he'd probably be coming either down to 3 where Logan Thomas is. I don't know if he's working his way back here as a 4. You'll see Cam Sims, over the middle, but he makes a good throw to a guy who's got to catch the ball there. Incomplete. All right, 3rd and 9. Couple things to point out on this play. Here's what's happening. We're going to have Logan Thomas motion. And once he motions, I'm going to show you what's happening here. Motion, boom, all right. He's going to get a little chip and then go out. Cam Sims on a little spot. J.D. McKissic out on a spot, and then a couple vertical routes. Carry some of these defenders back. Now this is one play where they bring pressure. They bring 5. It's actually picked up decently well. First thing to point out, this is defensive pass interference, okay? He gets there early. There's no way around it. Watch it in slow motion. He gets there now. I mean, it's a hair early, but it's early enough to not allow the receiver to catch the ball. You interfered with the pass. Defensive pass interference, nearly intercepted because of it, right? I mean, that was nearly intercepted. And if he catches that and keeps running, might be scoring. And if that was not called pass interference, that's a serious problem. Second thing I want to point out, I think Heinicke did rush this one just a bit. Now, if it's no pass interference, it very well could be caught. And I think he's anticipating the blitz. He's getting it out hot. But it's just, I mean, essentially the cornerback is just sitting on it. He's not anticipating that. He's sitting on it. He plays it well. He jumps it. He jumps right here. If he waits a half second longer, boom, you're getting this, and you're getting the first down. Pass interference should have been called. And I'm not knocking Heinicke. He's reading it hot. He's throwing it hot. It was really more of anything a good play right there by 24 for Tampa Bay. More than anything, that's what it was. You could point out open receivers elsewhere all day. Sometimes guys just make good plays. 1st and 10 here. This one's going to be a sack now. Okay, we got this bunch on the right side of the formation, but he's reading this. We saw it earlier in the game. Drop, hitch, throw. There's going to be an underneath defender here. Underneath zone defender right here. And you got this covered 3 guy. And he's gonna slow up the timing just a bit, right? Hitch, and this is when you'd be throwing, except you've got this guy here. You can't throw this ball right now. And because he's not able to throw that right once he drops back and takes his hitch, the pressure has now arrived. Sack. You'll see it right here, right? He's looking that way. He doesn't get a chance to go down to Logan Thomas, get to J.D. McKissic as the check down, hitch, and then at this point, boom, you got pressure, you're getting sacked. So that was on the offensive line in my mind. He didn't have time to get from one to a second option. Boom. Thankfully not recovered, at least fumbled or not fumbled, but at least the ball, no turnover. It appeared that the ball came out there. 2nd and 16. And you're going to have a drop by Steven Sims because he was looking at running before he got the ball. And yeah, that's just a concentration drop. That's just I'm ready to move. See his head turned before the ball has been secured and it's dropped. Needed that one because it's 2nd and 16 from the 19. You catch that and you turn around, maybe you get to about the 30. And so, instead of 3rd and 16, it's, 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 5 maybe. So that was a bad drop. Good play, good throw by Heinicke, just a bad drop. Steven Sims. Now on 3rd and 16, you have what is essentially a deeper version of the same route. This time, Sims catches it, but unable to get any yards after the catch. So you're punting that ball away. And, you've got what we would see a lot of times, which is verticals. But instead, this time, you've got a curl route right there from Sims. You get 12 instead of 16, so you have to punt this ball away here. 1st and 10 at the 10 with 30 seconds. I'll say this is a kind of questionable play call. You think 30 seconds, I've got 2 timeouts left. I want to try to get something going down the field. Instead, I'm just going to run, a spot concept. Have everybody running spot routes here, all within bad circles that I'm drawing, but all within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Kind of weird. I'd want to see some vertical shot down the field here. 7 yards. Check down was the right call, but I don't love the play call. 2nd and 3. You've got about 14 seconds left. Now they call the vertical. It's just a scramble. If you want to say, he gets 10 yards. If you want to say, he could step up here and look back and try to make this throw. Sure. At this point, let's just keep the ball safe. The clock is winding down here. If we wanted to take a shot, it should have happened on that first play. 1st and 10. First play at a halftime. The Bucs have 5, and they show 5, 4 down, and then they bring 5. And it's picked up very well. It's picked up well because you've got 7 in protection. Gibson starts out, so almost kind of 8 in protection to start. But it's unfortunate because you call a 2-man route down the field, but they're both routes that require, very specific timing. Now, Heinicke should have thrown this ball to Terry McLaurin right here. He should be throwing this ball to Terry. I think he's seeing it and he's not liking what he sees right about here. I think he's anticipating this defender to be on it more. Comes back to the other side. This is a pretty far throw. You're talking about a 40-yard throw when you consider the angle. It's 30 yards down the field plus an angle. So don't try that throw. And then that's it. Once the play is over now. If you don't throw those, your check down is covered. He's got time. He just stands back there. And then he just floats up a nice little pass. Gibson can't bring it in. Just sucks. So, if you had called something like that, maybe it's a route that requires more time to develop. Then, that doesn't require the same amount of timing, or it's over, then you could have gotten some down the field here with the time you had. But if you don't throw these, when you have the window to throw them, then the play is essentially over at that point. And this time I think he just missed Terry McLaurin. He should have just stayed on him and thrown that ball. 2nd and 10. All right, 2nd and 10. Bucs, if you were to look at this and say, I don't really know what they're doing here defensively. Maybe cover 4. Maybe 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe 3, 1, 2, 3. You kind of can tell it's not man. You just don't know exactly what zone it is. Ends up being cover 2, inverted, where you're going to have this guy and then this guy. Back there is the 2 half-field defenders. You have this guy as the Tampa middle linebacker. He's going to come over here, be that outside zone defender. He's going to be this outside zone defender. So just an interesting way to get to it with a 5-man pressure, a blitz coming there from the linebacker. Anyway, Terry McLaurin, little out, quick out, 12 yards. Quick and easy. Just like that. Don't hesitate. Throw it. Boom. Nice. 1st and 5, and we've seen this route a number of times. Called. Haven't actually seen it hit too much. Now, I don't know if this would be called a wheel route. A wheel route is typically more like this. This is more of an out and up that we've seen a couple times this game, like that. And it's there, man. And he hits it. Boom. Out. And then up. And Heinicke just throws it. Nice touch. Nice accuracy to get it over the top. So not too short, not too far. We could have put a little more on it if he wanted to, but it's a perfectly fine throw. He had a nice big window to make this throw, right? A nice sized window there to make that throw. 29 yards. You've got this to pull them back. So boom, come up right behind him. Works out perfectly. That's exactly what you wanted. Boom. There you go. 29 yards. So many of these downfield chunk plays that have been missing. We saw several of them in this game. That's what happens when you have a quarterback who understands the offense, who understands where to go with the ball based on what the defense is showing, and is able to get it there accurately. It makes a big difference offensively in what you're able to do makes the play caller look a lot better. And it shows you the potential that the offense has if you have a quarterback like that consistently. All right, 1st and 10. This is similar to a play we saw earlier. Similar concept. We're going to go play action, 2-man route down the field. Last time we saw Terry running the crosser and Sims running the fly. Try to carry this guy and this guy back. You go play action to keep these guys up, and boom, you try to hit Terry. Opposite this time. We got Cam Sims on the cross. We've got Terry running straight at this safety. Get this guy back. Get this guy back. Play action to keep these guys up. You've got Logan Thomas and Jeremy Sprinkle in protection now. It's unfortunate here what happens because he doesn't have time. Right? If he has time, boom. You've got Cam Sims. That's it. If he has time. You see what's kind of going on over here while Cam Sims is getting open. And it's just, a situation where you've got these two in protection. He's eyeing him. He's responsible right there. Baird ends up dropping. Logan Thomas is still eyeing him while 92 is coming this way. And this is a mismatch, right? You've got a tight end right there. It's a mismatch, one-on-one. Want to double team that. But Logan Thomas is late to it. So Sprinkle's all by himself. Cornelius Lucas is getting beat around the edge. And so he doesn't have time. So he steps up and scrambles out of the pocket. I mean, he's kind of had to save the play there. But you look at it, and if you get a solid pocket here, he's going to hit Cam Sims. That's a guarantee. He's going to hit Cam Sims. So unfortunate, but at least you get some yards and you slide and protect yourself, which is important. 3rd and 4, and here had a great play and in a string of really good plays by Heinicke. Probably his first, I would say bad throw of the game. Now, I still chalk this up as a drop, but Heinicke didn't make it easy for Logan Thomas. It's high, it's kind of behind, and it's a dart and has that unneeded velocity that we'd seen a lot earlier when number 7 was playing. You got high, unneeded velocity behind, so not an accurate throw. And maybe this is the sort of thing that just comes with, even though you understand the offense, you've still only been here for a couple weeks. On top of that, it's 3rd and 4, so it's not a bad decision to throw this here. You're going to get the first down if you get it there. But you've got this kind of happening over here. You've got single high, and if you read this safety out, the single field safety, and you see where he's at, then you'll know that boom, you could hit this, and that's probably your touchdown right there. Now again, I'm not mad at going for the first down. Should have been a first down with the better throw or with the catch of a not so great throw. But I think Heinicke and him, knowing him, and he would go back next time, and next time he's coming out, see the single high. Keep your eyes left, drop back. Keep your eyes left, hold the safety. And then, boom, hit this. Right there. And it looks like he does hold the safety with his eyes, right? That's what he's doing. He just opts for Logan Thomas instead of going downfield, just trying to get the first down there. Not a great throw, so just not a great play. But he played a very good game. 2nd and 7 now. It's going to go play action, try to hit Cam Sims on a quick little out route. And it's going to get batted down by Jason Pierre-Paul. There's one thing I want to point out on this play, though. Really good awareness, football IQ by Heinicke to not catch this ball. If you catch this ball, you can't throw it again. You become a runner. We saw Ryan Tannehill do this on Sunday, a day later. If he catches this ball, I mean, he's been good as a runner in this game. Odds are he's not running through here and getting a bunch of yards. You're likely losing yards. Good awareness to just knock that ball on the ground. That's the best play there. Knock it down intentionally. Smart play. Smart awareness. Lots of guys catch that there, and it becomes a bad play. It became not nearly as bad as it could have been. All right, 3rd and 7. And if you watch these videos and you've seen these, you know that it's time to take this play out of the playbook. I don't like this play. I don't like this play, and I don't know that I've really seen it run very successfully. It's this right here. Let me fix that. It's this right here. Boom, 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 boom. with the check down. I do not like this play, and I'm telling you, it does not work. When I see it, when I've seen it on here, when I've broken it down on here, I have not seen it work. Most times it's an incompletion. Heinicke makes it work in this play. Now, he could throw it here. I mean, that's tight. That's a tight window. That's not there. That's not there. I mean, it's well covered. Look, all right, you want to say you could throw this? Okay. I would argue, sure, maybe you could throw that. I mean, that's sure. Regardless, I don't like the play. I don't like this play. Okay. Now, he could have sat in this pocket, and I would say he could have thrown this, and it looks like he wants to, looks like he's about to, but just sees all this green grass and just decides to take off. Perfectly fine with that decision, and it actually looks like they are, no, not spying him, but it looked like they were spying him for a sec, but they weren't. So I'm fine with the decision there. I think he was about to throw it, saw the green, just took off. Now this play, you should have 1st and 10 at the 40. Instead, you end up with 3rd and 17. Watch Brandon Sheriff. They call this a hold. A super ticky-tacky call, if you ask me. Where it's not so much that Brandon Sheriff is holding Shaq Barrett. It's that Shaq Barrett runs into Brandon Sheriff. He runs into him. 58, Shaq Barrett. Watch. He's going to run into him, and then Sheriff's going to let him go. That's not a hold that you called at me. There were definitely other holds, some against Washington, some against Tampa that you should have called. That's not a hold that you call there to me. That did not impede him. He ran into him, let him go. That's a ticky-tacky call. It should have been 1st and 10 because of a good scramble for 15 yards. Instead, it's not. We'll look at the next play here. 3rd and 17 now after a questionable ticky-tacky penalty, if you ask me. You've got 5 wide, empty. Not really 5 wide. You've got empty. You've got Logan Thomas there lined up along the line. You've got a couple guys helping the chip. Logan Thomas, J.D. McKissick to slow down the pass rush, and they're going to both leak out as your check down options. Buccaneers cover it pretty well, right? You've got these routes going outside, out to the sideline. Then you've got this over the middle. And so your checkdowns really are good options here. He's reading it out right, so he goes with Logan Thomas's right check down. He gets you 12 yards. And, you're not really coming across the field here with your reads. You don't only have time. You more so have to pick a side and stick with that side. He goes right. If he goes left here, I think J.D. McKissick's actually got a chance. You got to get about the 52. I think J.D. McKissick's got one man to beat to get there. Logan Thomas is able to get 12 yards. Still not enough. It forces you to punt the ball. So again, I'm not saying Heinicke was bad or made a wrong decision. It just sometimes in these plays you're picking which side you're reading. You're not reading 1 and then 2 and then 3 because the way the timing works on these routes, you just don't have time for that. You got to read it really 1 to 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 to 3. You don't have time to read all 5. Boom, 12 yards. Here we go, 1st and 10. This is a good call against cover 3. Got this vertical route. He's going to hold this guy, get this guy going backwards. We got this wheel route out of the backfield. It's going to hold these guys, keep their eyes down here. Then you're going to get Cam Sims running like that, in and then back out to this open area. Works to perfection. You're going to get 19 yards. And it's not the wheel route. Sorry, you're going play action to hold the linebackers to Gibson. This is the wheel route from McKissick. But boom, just like that. Terry's taking him. He's keeping him right there. McKissick's keeping 23, and then you've got your window to throw to Cam Sims right there. Like the way this play is drawn up, and it's executed to perfection. All right, 2nd and 11 here. Now, it looks like Tampa is running quarters, cover 4, something like this. And they're calling vertical routes here down the field. like this with the tight ends. Now, I think he's reading out the middle. It looks like he's reading out the middle. But on top of that, and I'm not sure about that, but if he looks like he's also reading out 2 or 4 and expecting this guy to be back here over top of this. And so, I mean, he jumps this, right? They both stay down. Cover 4, they both stay down. So you're going to have Logan Thomas, going down the seam here. But I think he's reading it out over here, the middle. And then he starts to see a flash of red. And so he manages to escape and get 13 yards. It's an impressive scramble. 2nd and 11. I'm not mad at him using his legs here. See him step up, go back, and then go forward. I'm not mad at that at all. You get the first down. It's tough to see exactly how he's reading it. His eyes look like they're staying middle. And then when he starts to work his way back left, that's when he starts to see some pressure. Right. And so, I can't exactly tell you how he's reading this play out here. But I know it's an impressive scramble, and you get 13 yards. Got some speed, got some wheels, and good job to slide. Now you're 1st and 10 at the Tampa 13. And you've got a bunch kind of to the right a bit. You're going to have Sprinkle and protection. And you're just going to hit Cam Sims for 6 yards. Tries to hurdle there at the end. Guys got to stop doing that. I think he's reading this out just left to right. Terry, probably Gibson, Terry, and then Sims, something like that. Or Terry, Gibson, Sims. He's starting left, seeing this guy get over here. And then Terry, and then boom, and then sticking with Cam Sims and getting him the ball. Staying with him long enough to let him clear this defender, which is good. If he throws it too early, if he throws it right here, boom, collision. So he lets him clear that defender, and then he throws it, and I like that. You get 6 yards there. 3rd and 5, and this was probably Taylor Heinicke's most impressive play of the day. Now what you're going to have is, you'll see right here, let me draw it up. You're going to have this, and then this. And he spoke on this, pretty sure he's reading this out. 1 to 2 to 3. Pretty sure that's it. This is possibly 1 and 2, but I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2, 3. So he's reading it out. So you're going to go boom, Logan. And then I'm coming down to McKissick, and I'm seeing this linebacker here. All right, now here, this was probably Taylor Heinicke's most impressive play of the day. Let me draw this up. All right, you've got flat, dig, and then you've got a crosser underneath. And this is how he's reading it out. He's going 1, 2, 3. All right. That's how he's reading this out. He's starting off McKissick in the flat, looking to see if this linebacker who's likely in coverage can get caught up some. And then you're coming down to Terry McLaurin. And if he's not there, you're looking to see if the middle is open where Logan Thomas is going to be. Now, none of them are open, right? It's covered well. I mean, McKissick, you can maybe get this ball out there. He's come back down to Terry here. Doesn't have time to work to number 3, right? So it's 1, 2, 3 again. And at this point, you can see the pocket is starting to collapse. So then to step to the side and then get small and then step forward and then to run and dive here, score the touchdown, reach the pylon, man. That is phenomenal stuff. He's got some wheels there. And you see this again, he's starting left, and he's reading this linebacker and seeing what he's doing because he knows he's in coverage. Now, I mean, I'd still wager that this ball is there to be thrown. I'd wager that you could throw this, hit him in stride, and you're scoring a touchdown. Comes back here and sees Terry McLaurin tied up. That's a good play. It's a good play to extend there. Boom, boom. to step back, step forward, to not get sacked. Man, this is an awesome play. This play will live in infamy for Washington football team fans, no doubt. This is some really good pocket movement and mobility that Heinicke displays here. Seriously, this is some really good stuff. Let's look at it one more time. Boom, step up, step back, get out, and then just go upfield. And then to dive like that and to reach it, impressive stuff. Touchdown there. All right, 1st and 10. Here we've got another RPO. Now, what had we seen earlier in the game? Okay, we had seen Heinicke knows when he gets this guy in off coverage against this route, that's where he's going with the ball. You got a slant underneath here. And then you're going RPO this way. Bucks cover it differently, though, this time. And I don't know that they're intentionally doing this, but he's getting out here to the flat immediately once the play starts, okay? So he's out here getting to the flat, and he ends up taking that away. And it looks like he's reacting to it, right? It looks like he's reacting to the RPO. He's seen it. The moment he sees this ball being kept here, he's booking it out there. You throw that, it's a pick. Comes back to the slant. Number 2, and it's no good also, right? And so now he has nowhere to throw the ball. Those were your options. On RPO, if you're not able to throw the ball, then, I mean, the play is kind of, at that point, you're completely out of the design of the play. I think this was a mistake here. Sorry about that. This was a mistake here to not hand this ball off. He handed it off here. He's got a lane there. He can go out wide, something like that. So this was a mistake here. And then also, unfortunately, this is the play where I believe he first gets banged up. You see him laying on the ground. Took a bit of a shot there. So the Bucks they covered it well. They'd seen it. They were ready for it. And unfortunately, you end up getting hurt. It's just unfortunate. But it had worked in the past, and it just doesn't work here. 2nd and 10 now. And you got curls across the board. It's well covered. Heinicke's hurt now. Okay, he's hurt. You get 1 yard to Antonio Gibson. Also, again, you've got this single high look that turns into Tampa middle, half, and half. Okay, but it's covered well because you're going here and here and here and here, and so it's not man, but it kind of ends up almost playing out like that, where you've got man on man here. He just ends up being man on man because they're running the route, staying in their zones. He's going to go here, and he's going to be right there, and then this right here into this zone and his zone. So it ends up being just fully covered across the board based on the defense that was called and the offense that was called. Right? Nobody is open. So you just check down, and you get 1 yard. Now 3rd and 9, and pressure is going to kind of kill this play. And you got Logan Thomas is running this deep out. That's what Heinicke wants. And it's open. Now, he can't throw it exactly how and when he wants to. He still manages to get it there. Now the defender over top of it comes in and makes a play. I mean, it's impressive that he throws this ball 25 yards while being rolled up on the ground. Also, he's banged up already at this point. You're just going to watch Morgan Moses is going to lose right there. Jason Pierre-Paul is going to get some pressure. Boom. Sheriff has got his eyes right there on David. And David's waiting until Sheriff turns his head. Right, now he starts to rush. And he makes this throw, and it's impressive because he gets it out there. But a good play there by the defenders, so he forced to punt the ball away on 3rd and 9. 1st and 10 now. You're going to get some more vertical routes going down the field. Get a deep over, vertical, and then something like that. And then you get sprinkled just leaking out like that. Go play action. Look downfield. Don't see what you want. And just hit Jeremy Sprinkle. You get 8 yards. It's good to read that out. And you're saying if he steps up and then you got Logan Thomas over the middle, boom. Or if he's able to step up here, but they've got these guys covered. They've got these guys covered up. So nice. You go with the check down there, Jeremy Sprinkle, catch the ball, and then you get 8 yards. 1st and 10 now. This should be a familiar play. We saw it very first play of the game. Not first play, first drop back of the game. We saw this. Boom, boom, boom. And then underneath and that. Or more of that. That was against what looked like cover 4. And so, when you're looking here and you're looking for this window, and we also talked about this against the Panthers and saw the comparison between Taylor Heinicke and Dwayne Haskins. That's the window that was not being taken advantage of previously. But we see it here. This is a throw that was not being made. Boom. Throw it right over top and underneath. Watch him drop back. Hitch, throw. Not really a hitch. Just get the top of your drop, get set, boom, throw. This is good timing. Just timing and execution. 23 yards down the field. That's what you needed. Boom. Look at the other side, and you see they kind of busted a coverage on Logan Thomas, right? This guy, he's got him and he's got him. And they kind of busted this coverage Logan Thomas. Now I'm not pointing that out to say that Heinicke missed anything. Heinicke's reading exactly where he's supposed to. All right, you see single high, go back pre-snap, and they disguise this sometimes, but you anticipate single high. You're reading this right here, and then you're probably just coming down to this check down as a 1 and a 2 in your progressions. So boom, you got that there, and then yeah. And you're starting off and you're looking left, you're holding that safety so that you can come back right to Cam Sims, right? Boom. Nice, good play, 23 yards. Now 1st and 10, and you're just going to hit Logan Thomas on this quick out. Really more of just a flat route, really not even out. He's just going like this. Take the snap and throw it to him quick. Get 4 easy yards there. Boom. Now 2nd and 6, and we're just going to go right here out of the backfield. Get this ball out and get some yards. You're only getting 3 yards here, but you're not holding the ball for longer than you need to. There you go, just like that. Good option too. If you hold on to this ball, he's staying back, so Logan Thomas won't be open. You got to come back here. So it's good to just dump it off, get 3 easy yards to Antonio Gibson. Now on 3rd and 3, we're just going to go Logan Thomas. Motion across the formation. Just doing this. We saw against Carolina also when Heinicke came in. 3rd and 2, we saw this play. And we saw Trey Boston come down and almost have a pick if the ball is thrown. Not this time. Just throw it right when he gets there. Get the 5 yards you need to convert. There you go. 1st and 10 now. We've got some vertical routes here. You've got this, and then this over the middle. And then you've got your check down. Bucks cover it well. Right. Bucks cover this well. I'm saying these guys are not open. Yeah, I'm saying Steven Sims is not open because you got that and that. So you just work the check down in that case. You only get a yard. That's all you could do there. Say that one more time. Take the snap. Read it out. Hit your check down. Not too early, not too late. Now 2nd and 9. We've got this dig again from Terry McLaurin. And we get the timing right yet again for 16 yards on 2nd and 9. Understand the offense. Just boom. Right on time. Looks exactly the same. There we go. Just put it up high. Don't let the underneath guys get a hand on it. Mechanically always sound, Taylor Heinicke. Boom. Nice. And you can just see he's not zipping the ball in there every time. He's throwing the ball with nice touch. You see that. You can see the ball go up and come back down. Right? Not just zipping it in there as hard as he can. 16 yards. Now 1st and 10. Taylor Heinicke's playing with a separated AC joint now. And I think at this point, what you've got, you got Logan Thomas running out here, and you got this, and you got this. You got 3 different levels, right? So he stays down here with him, but he doesn't carry Cam Sims. If he carries Cam Sims, then this is the throw you want. Boom, put this out right here. But he does not carry Cam Sims. So I think Heinicke is at the last second. He's trying to hit Logan Thomas, and maybe he's got pressure, so he's got to get the ball out. Moment he sees this guy still here, he decides, I got to throw this ball away now. Can't throw it to where Logan is. And I think that's what that is. Reads it out, and it looks good right here. But he needs to carry Cam Sims. Since he doesn't now, this is dead. So at the last second here, I think he's just thinking, get that ball out. And this is what we would call a high-low read. You're trying to, you're against cover 3. What you're trying to do is you've got this, and you've got this, who's responsible for the flat / this area. So he's going to stay up here on this, right? Let's draw this out one more time. Boom, boom, boom. So he's going back here. That means that he should be right here on this. He's going out here, so he's staying on this. So that's why you're trying to work this Logan Thomas route, which would be in the middle of the 2. These zones right here. So it almost works, right? Almost. Good play by the outside corner. So that's to throw that ball away. Now on 2nd and 10, this is probably Heinicke's worst, his really only other really bad throw and decision of this game, where he's trying to hit Cam Sims over the middle, and it's not there, and he's actually kind of late on it. Now again, he's hurt. You've got this, and then you've got this, and you got this. But if he wants to hit Cam Sims, he's got to throw this ball right here. He should be throwing this ball right now, right? He should be zipping this ball in here. But he's late. He's late. He waits till he turns his head. He throws it. It's kind of high and behind it, looks like, and David's able to make a play underneath. He's really he's late on that one. It was a bad decision there. Again, this is when that ball should be coming out right now, and if you get it out right now, I think it may be a touchdown. But you throw it late, you miss the window of opportunity. 3rd and 10. Now 3rd and 10. All right. Motion out wide. Got zone. Now here's what they're trying to work. They're trying to work this double move. You got Steven Sims running that. And, it looks like cover 2, so you look like you've got this safety who's going to go back here, and the safety is going to go back here. And this would be the middle linebacker in the zone. Middle of the field should be wide open. So you're trying to get Logan Thomas to double move on a linebacker, get him down, and then boom, up. He's gone, and he's gone. Throw it over the middle. What happens is, and it looks like it is cover 2, but the safety sits in the middle with Logan Thomas. So since the safety sits in the middle instead of going out here, now I know I've got this one-on-one with Cam Sims. With Steven Sims Jr., who is a good route runner, okay? Now that throw is phenomenal. That throw is truly awesome. A really good catch by Steven Sims Jr. too. Phenomenal throw. Just cannot be more perfect. When you watch this and then you go back to earlier in the season and see some throws that were missed, man, it just really makes you wonder what could have been accomplished if you had a quarterback who could make these throws all year. I mean, a phenomenal throw. Touch. You see that? No unnecessary, no unneeded velocity. Loft it up there. Let it float. Let it get some air under it. Just a beautiful, beautiful throw. Let's see it from back here. Boom. Float it up there. Don't try to zip it in there like a bullet. Touch. Beautiful. You see where he puts it right on the line, right in the boundary line, and a good catch by Steven Sims. touchdown. Just phenomenal play by Heinicke and a really good play by Steven Sims. 1st and 10. And again, we've got Terry McLaurin on this dig like that. This time it's man coverage instead of zone. But he's still going to win. And not by a lot. He's still playing on a bum ankle. And you've got a bit of a trail technique there by 35. So you've got help over the top. So you stay underneath. He stays underneath. He stays over the top. So he's kind of trailing him and inside. And still Terry manages to get enough separation and come back to the ball. That's, again, like I said, come back to the ball. Good job there to come back to that. I mean, because I wouldn't necessarily say that Terry's open, really, here. You know, he's staying underneath of him and inside of him specifically to stop this route that he's running. But he manages to come back to the ball, get underneath of it, get 16 yards. Impressive. And you had holding on the play anyway, and so you would have gotten 5 yards in a first, but you get 16 here, so that's even better. Now 1st and 10. Cam Sims just running a deep curl route on the outside. Down at the bottom of the screen, pre-snap motion, man coverage. Last drive of the game, they're going man to man, just win. On offense, win. On defense, win. And just, I mean, again, look, he's making these throws, these tight window throws. I would call that not open under normal circumstances. He makes this throw, a nice tough catch by Cam Sims. And we knock these guys when they drop throws because it is their job to catch them. And so I'm not saying we should give them too much credit for catching the ball, but they're making some tough catches here. Steven Sims on the touchdown on an earlier play. Cam Sims here. Good catch there. And again, you've got holding here. Right here, 43 on Logan Thomas. You're going to have holding that you're declining because you're getting 10 yards. You'll see the hold right about there is what they're calling, I think. Or maybe it's up here. Maybe it's up here, actually. Let's see that. I think that's where the hold is, actually. I think you could call either one of them, honestly. Say that one more time. That's definitely a hold up top. That's 5 yards, but that's too much. Anyway, 10 yards. Good play by Heinicke and Cam Sims. Now 1st and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. You've got this dig. We've seen this dig to Terry all the time. Now we're running it to Cam Sims. Drop back, boom, throw. Incomplete. Incomplete. Now you want to talk about little things. Talk about little things. When you break this route inside, you got to run on a line. You don't want to drift upfield. You don't want to run like this. You want to go like this, straight. And you'll see Cam Sims kind of drift upfield a bit. Right? You see him still headed upfield, and so when this ball comes, the defender is able to play through Cam Sims because he's, Sims is headed backwards while the defender is headed forwards. Right? And if you get Cam Sims here breaking on a sharper line here, then the ball is getting to him before the defender is able to get there. Right? If Sims is about 1 yard forward, I think that you're catching that ball before the defender can make a play on it. And sometimes little things like that in regards to receivers running routes and experience are ultimately what make the difference. Incompletion there. So you're going to end up with 2nd and 10. Now on 2nd and 10, I think he's going to read this out pretty well and work McKissick in the flat. This was another bad call by the referees here. Now they called this an incomplete pass. All right, I would argue with that. He has to float this ball some because he's got this pressure right in his face and he's up, so he's got to float this instead of being able to throw it straight. So that's why it hangs up there for a second. McKissick bobbles it a bit. Ideally, he's not bobbling it. But that's a catch and then a fumble, and it should be about, we're at the 49. We're at the Tampa 49. So this should be 3rd and about, where we got to get the 49 to the 39. It should be 3rd and about 5. That's what it should be, 3rd and about 5. They ruled it incomplete, and even worse than that, Washington had no timeouts left. They used them to get the ball back. Couldn't challenge it because we're not inside 2 minutes. And I just think that's terrible. I think this has to be ruled complete and then take a look at it. Or not even take a look at it, rule it complete, and then Tampa would have to challenge it. And you probably see it better from here. Just, I think, a bad call here by the referees. He turns upfield, takes a couple steps. 3rd and 10. Now on 3rd and 10, and there's pressure here that shouldn't be here. I wish that Heinicke on this play has a better sense of it, because he tries to move and gets sacked, and he could have made a throw here that either could have been a completion or at least put you at 4th and 10 instead of 4th and 21, right? You're going to see the Buccaneers are going to bring, again, they're going to bring 5. So you've got, I mean, and the way they get to this is, you've got 5 that you would, or you got 4 down really. These guys end up dropping, right? These guys end up dropping, and then you're going to have this and this come in and pressure. Okay. So that's where your pressure is coming from. And it's 5 against 6, so the pressure really should not be there as fast as it is. But again, you're overloading one side with 4, and so you're going to get pressure. You're going to have a free rusher, essentially. You can see it better from behind the quarterback. Or again, boom, boom, and then that. And then you've got, again, 1 coming off this side. So you've got 2 coming through this gap, and then they're engaged. And so that's why you have someone coming in free, essentially. I think McKissick does the best he can there against David. And McKissick, he gives 100% effort, and he's good at getting in position, but he's not a big guy, so blocking is not a strong suit. And I wish that he's stepping up here and that he's keeping his eyes middle where they were and just hitting this. I wish that's what was happening. And he starts to come right, look right to Logan Thomas. And I think if Morgan Moses is in the way here, he's just in the way, which sucks, because if he's not in the way, I think Heinicke's getting away and running or throwing here. Morgan Moses is in the way, just kind of watching him, and it ends up being a sack. And again, like I said, I wish Heinicke would have stayed left here, stepped up, and made this throw up here that you can't see because he's not on the screen, but he's there. And then again, if Morgan Moses is not in the way, right, you've got, that's 94 who's kind of, he engages and then he disengages and he just kind of starts to sit and watch what Heinicke's doing. If he comes up field here, Heinicke's got a running lane. So I wish that he would have, Heinicke that is, I wish that he would have stepped up, kept his eyes this direction, and just made this throw. But you end up getting pressure, a well-designed blitz, and it ends up being 4th and 21. Now on 4th and 21, last play of the game, and this sequence is kind of similar to the Carolina game where your line really just fails you here at the end, man. You got pressure just coming. And I'll show you kind of why it fails you, because it's 4th and 21. You're going to see Cornelius Lucas on the left side just get beat by Jason Pierre-Paul. Barely gets a hand on him. Heinicke gets away. He's able to get a throw off, and I mean, he gets the ball down there and gives Logan Thomas a chance. It's, it's just a last second shot. Just hope for the best. But if he's able to sit back and drop here and take a hitch, and Logan Thomas is breaking out here, and I think that you would have an opportunity at him, because this guy's coming inside to nobody. He's staying underneath for really nobody. And I think you'd have an opportunity to step up and make this throw over here. Just pressure. I mean, it's 4th and 21. It's the end of the game. We got to protect better than this. Come on, we got to protect better than this in this situation. You know your quarterback is going to need time on this play. You know he's going to need time. Again, if he's able to drop back and just sit there for a bit and then try to make this throw, I mean, I think that's what he's doing. I think that's probably what he's doing, and I think it's gonna be an accurate throw, and you may convert there, and that's the way the game ends. Let's go ahead and give Taylor Heinicke an A+. I just thought he executed the offense at a level we had not seen. We'd seen some flashes. We saw the second half of the Lions game with Alex Smith. We saw Kyle Allen at the end of the first Giants game. We saw Alex at the second half of the second Giants game. But we really did not see a stretch for a full game where the offense was executed at a high level. It should have been more plays downfield. The first attempt was a drop, and what really should have been an 80-yard touchdown about. You had other drops in the game. You had penalties that were called that negated big plays or flags that weren't thrown that should have resulted in conversions. And so there were definitely missed opportunities, but Taylor Heinicke was not at all a part of the problem. I said it before, if the offense had played to the level as a whole that Taylor Heinicke played to, then I think that they win the game. I thought Scott Turner called a solid game, and I just thought that Taylor Heinicke executed it, and he just knew where to go with the ball, and the accuracy and the touch that he displayed was a thing of beauty. I think he'll get a chance to be on the roster next year. I think depending on the move that they make, he may compete to start the season. We'll see. You definitely need to see a stretch now of games. You would need to see this type of performance over several weeks to feel about any long-term potential. But we'll see what happens, what the future holds. It'll be an interesting offseason. I thank you for watching these videos all season. Check out our podcast if you haven't. Check out our Twitter page at Todd Podcast. Comment, reply, all that stuff. Subscribe to the video. We're going to be doing this. This is what we're doing. This is what we do. So thank you for supporting it. And we'll see you in the offseason until the next season begins. Thank you for watching.